Abdullah Samir is saying AP, she was ratted out by her Shia community. Apostate Prophet saying, Abdullah, we have no proof of that at all, and there's no reason to keep such a thing private.
Really?
Really. That is the 10th information in this campaign that is being kept shitty for no reason. AP, I can prove that you knew that she was out on bail before the rest of the public did. I gave you access to confidential documents that explicitly explained what we can and cannot disclose about Zara's campaign and why.
No.
So I don't want to hear this. I told you yesterday that, it was yesterday, that I have seen that evidence myself, and then it cannot be disclosed because it would put others at danger. Why is it, this is like common, like we read about this all the time in a newspaper story, right? Oh, this person cannot be disclosed because they're anonymity, whatever.
Anonymity.
Put their job, thank you, because it would put their job at risk, because it would endanger people. It's the same situation. I don't know how to say this in a more politically correct way, but we are not dealing with a Western secular democracy here.
Yeah.
Let's highlight that for a second. Do you think we're dealing with the same level of government that we have here in America where we can be that level of transparent? Come on.
AP gave a very silly analogy, and he said, oh, look, if I'm pulled over for speeding, then it's because of speeding. It's not because of my activism. Right. Okay. Again, using that, your standards of the Western democracy. But if let's say, if you're arrested in China for driving on the wrong side of the road, and that's the charge they've given you, it's most likely it's some other reason that you might have criticized them over vegan Muslims or something. That's probably the likely situation. But again, we have more information. You might not have had that information, obviously, because it's a legal issue. This is not some little petty dispute that on Twitter that we can just throw back and forth some random facts or even actual facts. No, because it's obviously legal. So we don't have to share everything. And every time, and legal arguments, legal strategies are not shared publicly. That's why there is a thing called attorney-client privilege, because these things, it won't even be inadmissible. It would be even inadmissible in the court, even if you actually had this inside information, because that's not how things work, and people don't share this information, AP. Come on, man. I thought you were smarter than this.
Let me say this. Apostate Prophet is saying, I don't care about the whole bail thing. Yes, you do. That your statements show that you
bring it up repeatedly.
You brought it up repeatedly. Stop fucking lying. What I care about is the shameless abuse of identity politics. I'm going to guess, likely, see how I'm being very careful with my skepticism, that you're full of shit right now, okay? Because what you actually care about is that you fucked up and you weren't as careful as the rest of us, and you don't have the fucking balls to take responsibility for not being very careful with the messaging that is put out there, and you said something that maybe you shouldn't have, and the rest of us were, because we didn't say, Zara K is arrested because she's an ex-Muslim woman. We didn't fucking say that. We were responsible enough to know to only put the information that we were being told by the people on the ground and by the activists and by the legal experts. We were careful with that. Maybe you weren't, and you fucked up, and instead of admitting responsibility and saying things that you did without doing your research, you are acting like you're being frauded and you're being misled. You haven't. You fucked up. You've been tricked. You're accusing other people of tricking you. You fucked up, and instead of accepting responsibility, you're blaming other people. That's what's happening here, Apostate Prophet. Allegedly, maybe. I'm being skeptical, okay?
AP, this is... I'm not going to communicate like a bunch of 12-year-olds. That's not what your behavior on Twitter communicates.
Yes. I'm not going to communicate with a bunch of 12-year-olds. This is what somebody says that they don't have.
I would just like to say that AP, honestly, genuinely, I'm still willing to talk to you about this personally. I know that other people are willing to talk to you about this personally.
I tried.
Wait, let me. And I mean this genuinely. And if I'm talking to you personally, I'm not going to be as aggressive, okay? Because this does matter to me.
I would be more friendly if I'm talking.
I tried to communicate with him privately, and he said, "Look, I don't want to talk about it anymore." It's like, really? I mean, do you really not care about someone's life, or someone could be in prison, and you're with your large audience, you just publicly condemn someone?
He fucked up, and he's trying to blame other people. Maybe.
Yeah,
for it. But the thing is that he keeps saying he wants to talk about it, and then when he puts that information out there that is irresponsible, and we try to tell him why it's irresponsible, and he says he doesn't want to talk about it. Then we talk about it. Then all of a sudden he does want to talk about it. He's just like he knows he made a mistake, and he doesn't know how to clean it. Just if you made a mistake, it's okay. We can forgive you. Just come out and say, like, maybe I didn't do enough research when I put my statement out there. I fucked up. It's okay. We forgive you. We still love you, Apostate Prophet, but stop blaming other people for your mistake, okay? Yeah.
I just wanted to, the video that I made yesterday, I'm going to make it public after the stream, but I even in that said that, I put Infidel Noodle and AP in the same category because they were misled. They were told things, and obviously who is it coming from? And I'm assuming, I don't know where it got from, whether he just probably, I hope he didn't go by Ali Dawa's tweet and he said, okay, I've been misled. I'm assuming that Faye might have manipulated him as well, as she did with Infidel Noodle. But Infidel Noodle didn't stand by her statements like you are standing by, AP. She realized, oops, hang on, now I know the whole story, so I'm going to delete it and I'm going to throw my support for Zara. But now you, for some reason, I don't know why you're being so stubborn. Do you understand? Sometimes just being stubborn and to cover one mistake, you keep making more mistakes. Nobody's seeing that your argument as a rational argument. Oh, come on. See, now you're being a 12-year-old. Wow. Yeah,
it's so funny. He accuses this is his response to criticism, and he accuses us of being a 12-year-old. Look at this. He says, nah, like I said, I'm willing to talk to him in a friendly way if I'm talking to personally, and he says, nah, fuck off. And then he says, we're being 12-year-olds. Delete my appearance on your channel. Delete my appearance on your channel. And then he accuses us of acting like 12-year-olds. Amazing.
Oh, that's quite pathetic, AP. I mean, come on. I mean, you fucked up. We actually went through our tweets. Maybe if you go at the start, AP, please. I'm saying it. I'm begging you. Go through the tweet. Nobody actually said she was arrested for blasphemy. There's one tweet by me on the very same day when she was arrested that allegedly and I still believe that if you get arrested in let's say you're going to Dubai, an international city, you might not go, probably not advisable. But the first thing we're going to think that it is probably because of your criticism of Islam. Or if you or me or Armin, if we're sometime randomly killed off or something, nobody's going to think that Harris had ties to the underworld or, Putin's or Xi Jinping's people were after him. People are going to think, okay, maybe it might be a jihadi who came after him. So, you don't need to be Einstein to work this out, AP, but it seems like, in this particular issue, your brain is not really working for some reason.
I still have respect for AP. AP is still one of the main reasons why I got into this work. Let me be clear. I have nothing but affection and appreciation for AP, but I'm going to, let's be real about what's going on here.
Yeah. I just like Matt Dillahunty now hates me, and I don't care. Matt Dillahunty is still my hero. If Apostate Prophet now hates me, I don't care. Apostate Prophet is still my hero, and I still admire him, even if he tells me that he doesn't care, even if he tells me that I could go fuck off. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I'm gonna tell you when you fuck when you fuck up, and I'm gonna say it passionately. You get if you tell me to calm down or chill, to slow down. No, fuck you. I'm gonna say it the way I want to say it, and I'm gonna say it especially if you're my friend. I don't give a shit, okay? And I expect you. Here's the thing. I'm gonna fuck up. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna fuck up at some point in the future. And you come at me aggressively. Come at me aggressively when I do fuck up. I don't care. I mean, I do care. You should come up at me. But here's the thing. I do want to address this. Let me address these, okay? There are two comments that I want to address, okay? Darwinian Atheist saying, now this fallout will be exploited by the Dawa guys for years now. Congratulations. Pyro is also saying this video will give the Dawa fools ammo against the whole ex-Muslim movement for years to come. Please stop. You guys have been sleeping behind the wheel, because I have been telling you for years before this has happened that we are not going to act like a fucking tribe, that will not turn on each other if some of us do make a mistake. We're not going to be tribal on this. We're not going to be like, hey, you're ex-Muslim, we're ex-Muslim. If you fuck up, we're going to act like nothing has happened because you're ex-Muslim. Fuck that tribal shit. We're not going to act like that. We're not going to become a cult. We're not. if there's a Muslim, I would defend a Muslim against an ex-Muslim atheist if the ex-Muslim has fucked up and the Muslim is on the right side. I don't give a shit if you're an ex-Muslim. I don't give a shit if you're an ex-Muslim. If you're in the wrong, you're in the fucking wrong. Oh, people are going to be like, oh, they're going to use this against the ex-Muslim community. Fuck the ex-Muslim community if it cannot deal with self-reflection and self-criticism. A movement is only strong if the people inside it could call out the mistakes of the other members inside the movement. If you think we have to worry about the Dawah movement, the Muslims, how they're going to use this? Do you think they loved us before this? Do you think like, oh, the Dawah movement, they just were like, oh, look at the ex-Muslim community. They were so amazing. There's nothing wrong with them. But now, all of a sudden, our image is ruined among the Dawah community. Wow. So I am so upset about losing our image, like our reputation among the fucking Dawah community. I'm so sad that they think low of us right now.
Yeah, the people who want you guys executed.
The
ideal Islamic State. Wait, just really quickly, Infidel Noodle, and also known as Aisha, is saying, yes, I was manipulated. I recognize that and will own that.
And that's what I thought, that AP would feel that way as well. And I said it earlier, like Infidel Noodle, she was misled, misinformed, and she tweeted, and then she took down those tweets. That's perfectly reasonable. Even a more reasonable thing would have been than if she had spoken with someone. But fair enough, that's fine. And but this is why I thought that someone like Yasmin, she should know better. Yasmin has been in this game for so long. She should know better that how that would reflect on her for just showing private, regardless of, even if Faye hadn't revealed it to anyone. Let's just say that. Even then, it's just bad knowing that Faye has a beef against Zara. And I would have thought that AP would have reacted the same way. He would have said, yeah, look, I fell for it. I fell for this propaganda. And now I've been thinking about it, that if I wasn't a part of the core team, how would I have seen it? Would I have been like, oh, Zara, you messed up? Even though, because if someone is feeding some constantly negative information in your ear, it's quite likely that you can fall for it and you can be blindsided no matter how unbiased you try to be. So that's what I thought that AP would do. But AP's coming up with really childish arguments, AP. Bro, you're a poor game.
Aisha is saying, regardless of anything, leaking private information and intentionally deceiving and betraying people you trusted is simply vile. And then Ridwan comes back and says, hey, fuck Faye, fuck Zara, fuck you. Don't think everyone thinks as simple as you. What the hell? What is that even referring to?
Is that even Apostate Prophet now? Or is that somebody using this? Because I can't believe Apostate Prophet would talk like that.
Let me check in the YouTube chat, because in the YouTube chat you can see the check mark. But stop being so fucking...
No, I don't think this new one... If this is no Apostate Prophet, then fuck me, Apostate Prophet has lost his mind.
If you want to clear something and deliver reason, do it in a reasonable way. Yeah, can you check in the chat?
I'm trying to see. Guys, can you confirm if this has a check mark, or if this is actually Apostate Prophet?
Look at how meticulous we are.
No, that's not AP. That's not AP. That's
this one.
Yeah.
This one isn't AP either.
Yeah, people are saying that's not. Doesn't have check mark. See, guys, we can't see. We're being careful. Ha ha. This is how you do skepticism here. Somebody tried to fool us.
Okay, it wasn't AP.
No, so that last one. No, see, and I knew that last one didn't sound like AP. Because I was like, I could see, this is how much we like you, AP. We even know how you speak.
And also the respect for you that we check.
Yes.
Yeah. I think we should try to talk with AP privately if he's willing. But I'm still quite sure if he actually is made aware of all the things, he would be like, yeah, I think we screwed up. I mean, he would admit that, but he might not admit it publicly. That's quite another thing. That's fair enough. You know what? That's okay. Ooh. He needs to be brought in with all the questions he might have had. It seems like a lot of what he said or what he made up about Zara, it came from a very negative place, which obviously would have come from that poisonous, venomous, vindictive creature.
Okay, so guys, the earlier ones was AP. We're just talking about these new ones. We don't know if this new ones was AP or not. So the way earlier ones when he came out and he was the ones that we called out, those were him. But this newer ones might be someone else. You can see in the YouTube live chat
this one is AP.
No. I don't know if
this one is AP. I'm checking right now.
It is AP?
This one is AP.
But what about the one after it?
My mobile won't go back that far.
I mean, who the fuck thinks pointing out Zara's flaw, defending Faye, thinks of themselves? I don't even know what this means.
Well, it means that he thinks that he's pointing out Zara's flaws, but we are perceiving that as he's defending Faye. I think your first comment was AP that something along the lines that don't go too harsh on someone, and then you went on Zara. So that kind of showed. I'm willing to bet that you probably were fed information by Faye. So it's a natural reaction. You might now be realizing that, oh, hang on, yeah, Faye was very unethical and doing all this dodgy stuff. But again, you might still have this. You might still have some questions on Zara's situation. Again, as I said, not everything can be revealed publicly, and you should know better. And if you had any questions, you could speak with someone. But when we try to reach out to you publicly, you say, la, 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 I don't want to talk about it. I mean, who's a 12-year-old here?
Yeah, for example, AP, if you ever go back to Turkey for some fucking reason and you get arrested, and in Turkey they say they arrested you for something that has nothing to do with blasphemy, here are the things that I'm not going to do. I'm not going to stop defending you because you went to Turkey. And I'm not going to be like, well, why did Apostate Prophet go to Turkey? He doesn't deserve to be defended because that was a dumb thing to do. No, I'm going to defend you, okay? I'm not going to say Apostate Prophet has some character flaws because he came out in this live stream and he had some very childish behavior and he called us like 12-year-olds even though he was acting very childishly. I don't care if you did that. I don't care if you do a million other things that makes you look like an idiot, like today.
I want you home back with your children.
Yes, even if all of that happens, AP, you could count on us that we will come out and we will do everything that we can to highlight your case and try to get as much as attention. Not that you need it, because you're going to get all the attention that you deserve, but we're going to add to it even if it's a little bit, or even if we can contribute a little bit. No, let me finish this, please. So the third thing, even if the charges are not blasphemy related, and even if they don't say it's because you're an ex-Muslim. So 3 things. If they say because it's not, if they say like it has nothing to do with being you being an ex-Muslim, if they say that if people say that Apostate Prophet shouldn't have gone to Turkey, and if people remind me that Apostate Prophet has some very stupid and childish behavior, none of these three things is going to stop any of us here from coming out and defending you. Okay. Wow, did the AP actually block Abdullah Samir?
Suha, our most trusty mod, is saying the comments before the one Susie showed was the real AP. I just checked. I'm gonna go back when this is over and check the lives.
Thank you, Suha.
Thank you, Suha. Saint Suha. Oh my God.
What?
Oh, I was not expecting to get into some of this stuff today. I was gonna keep that in the bank and tackle these one at a time. But some things needed to be aired today.
All right. Let's just end this here, unless Susanna and Harry Sultan, if you have. By the way, guys, I still admire AP. Okay. I'm not, just because I admire, and even if he doesn't admire me anymore, even if he doesn't like me anymore, I still admire him. I don't need to wait for him. Even if he says fuck off, Armin, I don't care that you admire him. Whatever. I admire AP, okay? And I still see him as a very, very important part of the ex-Muslim movement, even if he makes mistakes. But just because I admire him, just because I look up to him, just because he's a role model for me, doesn't mean that if you come up and say stupid shit, we're not going to call it out, okay? And none of you guys should ever do it with any of us, okay? I'm going to say stupid shit. You know what? Abdullah Samir, I said some stupid shit. Even though Abdullah Samir, for example, supports us financially, he came out and he called me out. And guess what? He was right. He was right. Okay, he called out my bullshit, and I want you guys to call out my bullshit when I say bullshit. But go on, Horace.
I just want to. Mrs. AP just commented as well, and that's how I actually became aware of the whole thing when Mrs. AP commented as well. And again, she says people just want transparency as much as is possible. As an outsider, it appears like there was a conspiracy to make things appear. See, that's the last part where you're saying as an outsider, so you acknowledge you're an outsider, and yeah, we know that none of you guys were not in the core group or something. Then please, I mean, aren't we your friends? Couldn't you ask us privately that, Harris, this is what's going on, what do you think is going on? And maybe if Harris doesn't know, Harris will say, okay, maybe speak with Mimsy or someone. Come on, guys. I mean, and on top of that, there's still a lot more information that we actually didn't say about how Zara, I don't want to go into it, but
we can't talk about it.
Yeah, we can't talk about it, which would actually look like that, she's a real victim, and the other people would say, yeah, no, this is a lie or whatever. But we didn't do it because obviously it's a legal issue. We cannot talk about everything because we have to be careful about one thing, that if we say something, can that be held against her? So we can't say everything. So if you had any questions, instead of just telling the world and just standing up against your friends, I mean, it sounds very immature. And obviously when your source is Faye, I mean, come on, guys.
No, but by the way, all of this is forgivable because here's the thing: what the mistakes Apostate Prophet made are the mistakes that I am probably going to make someday in the future. I hope you guys don't hold back when I. Right, but the mistakes that Faye and Yasmin Muhammad made, they are like beyond forgivable, right?
They're malicious.
Yeah, they were malicious, right? Apostate Prophet is still trying. Maybe he made mistakes in his calculation, but I know Apostate Prophet is still trying to do the best for the community. And
I fully believe that. I
believe that he like Faye and Yasmin Muhammad, I think they're doing this for clout or for competition or for getting more attention and stuff like that. That's my understanding. I might be wrong, but my view of Apostate Prophet is that even when he has, I know based on the decisions he's made, what he cares about is doing the right thing. So if he made a miscalculation, just because I know Apostate Prophet wants to do the right thing, if I think he makes a miscalculation, that doesn't mean I'm not going to call him out. I'm going to call him out, and I hope I get called out as well. But I know that Apostate Prophet has the best intentions,
and he's demonstrated that before when he defended us when it came at a cost to him. I would do the same for him. But really quickly, so his wife, Mrs. Apostate, is here saying, yeah, again, people just want transparency as much as is possible. That's what was given to the public. I can personally guarantee that.
There was not a single lie anywhere in any of our tweets. There was no lie. Yes, you don't say everything. Obviously, nobody says everything. Are we going to tell you that? Are we thinking about maybe I should reach out to ABC? Or should I not? Should I hold a Twitter poll for it? Those who say yes and those who say no, we're not going to talk about it. And anyway, I'm just going to wrap it up with that. Mrs. AP said that a lot of other people are hurt too, and we saw that. There are a lot of people who actually fell for Faye's bullshit, and guess what? A lot of those people have actually blocked that venomous snake. And this is what we were expecting, that if other people find out, like you, I mean, if AP had spoken to us privately, I said it in the video I made yesterday, would be uploaded later, but in that video I said that if AP had actually spoken to us, I am 100% sure, I can bet my life that AP would have been like, yes, okay, I was told, I was lied to, I was manipulated.
I made myself available to him before. I made myself available to him tomorrow. I know yesterday. I know many other people have, and I'm still available to talk to him. And I won't be heated or confrontational about it.
I do want to address this though. I don't know if I'm reading this right. There are a lot of other ex-Muslims that have been hurt though. I don't know what this is referring to, but if it is referring to other cases that we do need to highlight, yes, of course we do need to highlight them, and we will bring it to our attention if we miss them, and we bring and we highlight them if we missed any of them. Okay, we are trying our best to keep our eyes, and there's more than enough cases for all of us to highlight. But guess what? If I'm not saying, by the way, this is what you're saying. Maybe I'm misreading this. But if there are people that have more need of attention, you could play this game forever, because there's always going to be somebody that needs more help than the one that you're highlighting. Even if you go to somebody that needs more help, then I could be like, why are you highlighting this person? There's another person that needs even more. In this way, that we all just have to focus on the worst case scenario and not say nothing else ever again, right? No, this is why our community needs to grow. The ex-Muslim community needs to grow. Our YouTube. One thing I want to congratulate Apostate Prophet for is that this is one thing Apostate Prophet gets right very perfectly, very amazingly. He wants to grow. He's not like Yasin Muhammad, like, which I think she's like, oh, why are these other ex-Muslim women getting more attention than me? I have to bring them down somehow. Apostate Prophet is not like that. Apostate Prophet is like, how can I make more ex-Muslim? How could I have smaller channels grow? That's the way Apostate Prophet thinks. And this is why this activism that Apostate Prophet is doing helps us, because there's too many cases for all of us to highlight. If our community keeps growing, then maybe like we highlight somebody, they highlight somebody else. Apostate Prophet says like, oh, these people are highlighting that, okay, they're not highlighting this person. So Apostate Prophet like, I'm going to go highlight the other person because that person is not getting enough attention. Then maybe we go highlight somebody that is neither ex-Muslims of Great Britain or Apostate Prophet is highlighting. There is enough room for many people. And just because someone's case is not the worst case possible scenario, just because they're having some trouble, but they're not in literal hell, that doesn't mean their case doesn't deserve attention, okay? There are so many people that deserve some protection, even though they're not the worst case scenario. But go on, Susanna.
She's also saying, I really have a heart for a few that have been hurt. I do not know, but I think that these two comments are referring to other people involved with Zara's personal life, personal disagreements, or mistakes she may have made over her previous years of activism. Again, like I said, I have disagreements with Zara. I don't care about that right now. That's not important. I want her to be able to see, or like to get home safe. I want her to be able to leave Tanzania. You know, like I'm not here to defend any of those other situations of maybe Zara did something wrong. Maybe she treated someone poorly. I'm not here to, that's not important right now.
I want to comment on that, Armin. I want to comment on that. Very quickly. It's very quickly. I haven't spoken for a while. And this is a comment I want to talk about, AP, saying, I didn't want to comment. I just commented because you're blank human garbage. We don't need you. Went too far. I don't think he used it for you. I think he used that for Faye, the most gracious. And I think that's a perfectly suited term for her. She is she's not just a human garbage. Whatever garbage you want to call it, dinosaur garbage. Actually, no, not dinosaur garbage. That is oil. That's of some value. He isn't. So it's just take it easy.
Right. No, here's the thing. Okay, I have to be consistent. If I call, which I have, Muhammad fucking hijab human garbage for coming after your wife, okay? If I have to be consistent. I'm not gonna call a Muslim person, a Dawa guy, human garbage after the way he treated your wife,
and your family and your children.
And your family and your children. If I call them human garbage, then for sake of consistency, if an ex-Muslim does something that actually could put people in danger, the same way Muhammad hijab is threatening your family, then I'm gonna call them human fucking garbage because I'm not tribal. Okay? Unless you think I shouldn't have called Muhammad hijab garbage, then you're being consistent as well.
Oh, by the way,
I have to be consistent.
I have screenshots that fuck Faye, fuck Zara, fuck you comment was actually, in fact, AP's verified account.
It's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
He's upset. He's upset too. I mean,
I still love you. AP, I still love, even if you say fuck me. It's okay.
He might enjoy it.
I love you.
Don't do that right now.
I still love you. AP, I still love you. I'm gonna, you know me. I'm gonna call out things that I think is moronic. That doesn't mean that I just. And if you say "fuck you, Armin," that's not. You're not gonna be able to stop me from admiring you, what you do, and your work. Okay. You're not going to be able.
You can't stop me. I usually say.
I know you don't need it. I know you don't care for it. I know you are going to continue growing, and you're going to do amazing work with. And our support has such little significance to everything you do. I know all of that, but I admire you, and you can't stop me from doing that.
Aisha is saying, I don't think Yas did any of this for attention. I think she has some concerns and trusted the wrong people with those concerns. Aw, AP.
Okay, I think we need to all have a group hug.
Yeah.
AP as well.
Wait,
sorry,
Susie, regarding Aisha, shoot, now I lost that comment.
Yeah, you said
it was too good. It was too good.
I know it was too good. It was too good. Here's the deal. Like, you can have those concerns. Other people were voicing concerns within that group chat. I had concerns. I said, we shouldn't use X, Y, and Z language because it's not accurate. I don't think we should say this. These were open conversations within the group. Oh, God. Okay, I was sorry. Fatima's comment distracted me. And we can discuss that like adults, right? Horace, for example, in that group chat, you were also there. Did I not, every time I was going to take an action on behalf of Atheist Republic, go back to the group and say, is this okay if I talk about this in a video this week? Is the way that I phrased this statement that we're releasing on our pages correct? Every single time. It's open, honest communication. And this was extremely, dishonesty isn't even the right word. Because
he doesn't want to talk about it. No, I don't want to ruin this. We criticized.
No, I'm talking about Yasmin.
Oh, okay, yes.
Like,
okay.
I had those concerns. I'm much less established than her. We talked about this openly and honestly amongst the group. Horace, you also were like, let's talk about this a little bit differently. Let's send this message.
Right. I think Apostate Prophet would acknowledge that the leaking of the information was fucking idiotic, right? Like maybe he wouldn't use my language and call the person who did it human garbage, but at least he would call it out as something, something disgusting. I don't know what language would Apostate Prophet use, but I'm pretty sure we're on the same side with regards to how immoral leaking of that information is.
And Aisha is saying that, like she's human and whatnot. Look, Aisha, you're probably new to this. We've been observing this for some time, and again, all of those things we never brought it up because people are allowed to have different opinions. But we are not little children. We weren't born yesterday, so we can pick it up. I don't know, like if I would go through all of that. Remember when we had this Holocaust incident? You remember, Armin? Remember when you did the Hindutva cartoons, and then like what her response was. Again, most of my audience were Indians, but I tried to be logically consistent, and I stood by Armin, and I lost a lot of subscribers. But you know what? I don't mind it. But maybe I should be clever and smart like her, and I should say, "Oh, I like Armin, but maybe this is going too far," and retain my Indian national base, subscriber base. But sometimes we can be, I don't know. Like, I mean, fair enough. But those other things were okay. You could forgive that as a difference of opinion, but this shows a trend, and it went too far this time. I wouldn't want to. I personally, anyone who speaks out to me, I used to refer to free hearts and minds, and whatever. But I wouldn't refer to anyone because I'd be, this will always remember. And she's still being smart and clever. Hasn't actually publicly acknowledged and apologized, which she should have.
Wait, is this Infinite Noodle the same ex-Muslim TikToker?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I really like her work. But okay, so what was I going to say? Oh yeah, I was also going to say this is how I know that Apostate Prophet, even if he makes calculations that we disagree with, we know that he's not like these, like Faye and Yasmin, that he cares about doing the right thing, right? Even if we don't agree with the strategy at some point, and if we were going to call it out as stupid if we think it's stupid, because I know that Apostate Prophet had a major Hindutva following. And he decided to have me on his channel against the wishes of all those Patreon supporters and all the subscribers, like just like you, Harris. He like, you know what? I don't care. I don't like. That's how like he was not afraid of going against the people that were supporting him if he thought that something is true, right? So when Yasmin Muhammad like doesn't touch Hindutva stuff and then does stuff like this, we know, like, it gives us an indication of what she's trying to do. Like, she's more about becoming famous and having a following rather than being on the right side. Apostate Prophet, he's like, no, he's like, I'm going to say what I think is the right thing. We might disagree with him, and sometimes we think like he made the wrong calculation. This was stupid. He shouldn't have said that. But I think based on he has shown us that he really does care more about saying the right thing rather than growing for the sake of growing. So we have to acknowledge that, okay? Again, that doesn't mean that we're going to hold back if we think the calculation and the messaging was wrong, okay? You shouldn't expect anything else from us. That's what we're going to do, okay?
I want to make a correction that I said earlier that Zara will be eventually out and no big deal. No, I actually meant that's what I'm hoping. This situation is still very serious. She has to report to the police station every day, and it's like you're just walking on this endless long road and you don't know where that road leads to. So the situation is still serious, and this is why all of this makes it really disappointing that some people would actually be so careless, like our dearly beloved Yasmin, and some people would actually go as far as actually making sure that she goes to prison.
Yeah, and then so Aisha is saying, I understand. I think she made a mistake. Aren't we all human? And continuing, I genuinely believe she didn't. She's talking about Yasmin. I genuinely don't believe she anticipated fate to backstab her so swiftly and so callously. Who even acts like that? It's sociopathic.
You don't leak the information.
You shouldn't leak the information to begin with. It's unacceptable. Aisha, you work in therapy. You know this.
Mrs. Apostate is asking, sorry to Zara, where can people find the most accurate information regarding the situation? Look, the official public release comes out on CEMB's website, but obviously, as I said, not everything can be made public. I mean, if obviously we trust you guys, and if you had asked us, we would have revealed as much information as there was apparently. So you can either message me or Mimsy, or I believe Mimsy tried to reach out to AP. But these guys are core members, Jimmy. So you can ask them, and they're not gonna hide anything from you. So this is what we're saying, that like you guys thought that we misled you or we kept information from you. Yes, we kept it. We're not going to put everything publicly, but if you asked us, we're more than happy to share that with you. And look, and Abdullah Samir and Abdullah Gondal, they're not in that core team either. But and they haven't actually asked me much either. But they just asked me now that, oh, what is this going on with this screenshot thing? And then I told both of them, and they were like, oh, okay, that's bad. So if you have any questions, I mean, surely if you guys can't reach out to us, then who can?
And we've made ourselves available. We're still available. Mrs. AP was asking where can I find the most accurate information regarding her situation. I just posted a link in the live chat to CEMB. CEMB is the #1 place to go.
Okay, so I just want to mention this, okay? If I get arrested by the Islamic fucking Republic of Iran one day,
I'm going to war.
No, okay, wait, let me say this, okay?
No, I have to say that.
Okay, I hope you motherfuckers, if I put some tweets out there that is dumb, moronic, and things that makes my case difficult, I hope you motherfuckers, like the people who are in the live chat, you guys better come and defend me, even if I put out some stupid tweets. You guys better defend me, even if you love Apostate Prophet and you don't like the way I treated him, and if I call people human garbage and you think like my attitude is wrong and bad and I do not have the best attitude and I'm too aggressive, I hope you guys still fucking come and defend me. If they put a charge against me that seems like Armin was actually starting an armed insurrection and this is why we arrested him, and you guys were like, whoa, maybe Islamic Republic of Iran, maybe it's not because of Armin's atheism and activism. Maybe you're right. Maybe I was actually starting an armed insurrection. Maybe that's the reason why I'm arrested. But maybe not. I hope you guys don't wait for 100% freaking proof that I wasn't doing something so illegal that justifies me being like arrested. Like, I hope you guys at least, even if you don't want to defend me for me being able to be an activist and that I shouldn't be arrested for that. I hope you at least come out and say, like, we don't know what's going on. We demand answers. At least do that. I hope you at least do that, okay? Even if I made the dumbest mistake of my life and bought a ticket and I landed in Tehran and I go, oopsie, I'm arrested. I'm in Tehran. I don't know why I came here. You guys better still defend me, even if you think that was made the dumbest decision of my life to actually book a flight to Tehran, okay? If I do all of these things and I'm still in trouble, I hope some of you motherfuckers in live chat care enough to still defend me at that point. But
I thought about having a very good disguise and go to Pakistan with a different name. But anyway, it can happen. It can happen.
No. Well, okay, I can tell AP is in the better mood because he's saying AP suck, by the way. But actually, that's true. Like, we suck just as much as any other group is likely to suck. I would never argue otherwise. AP's
right. AP, that's actually right. He's saying, dude, Harris Sultan has more Hindu followers per capita than I do. Leave me alone. That's actually true. But you know what, AP? I regularly keep that in check, and I keep putting out anti-Hindutva videos out there. So like I keep culling them.
Although if we're gonna talk about calling each other out on things, Horace, you really need to stop posting OP India stuff. But that's a discussion for another day.
Oh yes, we're gonna call you. Horace, we're gonna come after you next. We're gonna call you.
My agenda. It suited my agenda. I had to use it. Okay, too much truth.
I have a lot to say about that, but we could get into that.
Obviously, I'm joking.
I disagree with you. You could post OP India if you tell people, like, guys, by the way, fuck OP India. But still, they're highlighting this.
I don't think I actually share them anymore. I only shared them recently. I only shared the story of this this Pakistani Christian activist guy, and I had actually spoken with him personally. So he actually endorsed that. He said whatever I said is true, and I know that guy. So that's the only one that I shared. And the other time when I share OP is not an opinion piece. It's only what actually has been made public.
Armin should get arrested in India. I want to see Susanna come in like a freaking wrecking ball and change the country. Guys, like, you don't even
they just want you in their mini shorts.
I mean, true. I don't blame them. But even just thinking about it, I just get so my brain just breaks thinking about
your shorts.
I have nightmares about, like, Envy in prison. Okay, like, it's not even funny. So okay. Oh wait. Oh, also one more thing before we close. So Jimmy Bangash, who you guys probably saw in this chat, he's very active about this situation, and he's also one of the lead people in charge of Zara's defense. He just said to me, for full disclosure, can you mention that I am the clinical director and psychotherapist at Free Hearts, Free Minds? So he is the clinical director and psychotherapist at Yasmin's organization. Okay, I don't want people to think I'm trying to hide it.
Okay. So
but really quick, I would also like to acknowledge that Jimmy himself has tacitly acknowledged on Twitter that it was Yasmin who leaked it.
Still allegedly. Always be skeptical. Allegedly.
I said tacitly.
No.
Yes.
Well, Jimmy. So Jimmy leaked it. All right. So.
No, don't even joke about that. No, don't even joke about that. That's not good. Darwinian Atheist really wants you to read this, Harris. He's saying that you're the hottest ex-Muslim after the Urdu freethinker. Not even including me in that list. Okay, or Darwinian Atheist.
Oh, you're nowhere in that. Have you actually seen this Urdu freethinker guy? He's a freaking bodybuilder. Yeah, actually bodybuilder. You and I are like amateurs.
Apostate Prophet is telling us to call it a night, and I think he's right. And also subscribe to our newsletter, because if we get removed from all these platforms, at least we could reach out to you. And guys, by the way, if you subscribe to our newsletter, you get a free copy of where's your copy, Susanna? Get it. We're doing promotion. You get a free, it's not even promotion, it's free. Okay, so if you subscribe to our newsletter, link in the description, you get a free copy of Why There's No God. Come on, like, I'm handing it out for free. Okay, it's a bestseller on Amazon, and you get it for free. So subscribe to our newsletter, and you get a free copy of Why There's No God sent to you. Link in the description.